You can help people feel better and avoid harmful drugs with really only the most basic of rudimentary skills and knowledge. But believe me, there are definitely certain things to know in order to become the very best herbalist that you can be. In my books, Practice of Herbalism and Plant Healer's Path, I went into great detail about some of the things you might want to think about learning, whether that involves your reading, apprenticing, or attending a school or online classes. Here are 10 of the most important. Herbal actions and attributions. As you know, herbalism is a study in the use of medicinal herbs, perhaps most important of this being a deepening understanding of what conditions or issues each plant species is known to be used for, and then learning what their specific actions and effects are in the bodily systems and processes. Secondly, pathology and diagnostics. Knowledge about plant medicines is foundational, but so is the study of the conditions, illnesses, symptoms, and presentations that we're called upon to treat. Your ability to recognize problems and patterns are what makes it possible for you to effectively address any issues causing imbalance, debility, or pain. 3. Physiology and anatomy. When addressing illnesses or injuries, you'd be right thinking it's important to know a little basic physiology and anatomy, meaning the locations and the functions of bodily parts and organs that you're going to hope to treat. Fourth, conditions, constitutions, and energetics. The effects that active ingredients and medicinal herbs have on each person vary in form and intensity depending on their constitution, which is constitution being defined by Kiva Rose as our native, intrinsic, and learned adaptive patterns of personality and body traits. An understanding of constitutional models is a way of fine-tuning a healing approach or herbal regimen to each diverse individual, their needs, their proclivities. We similarly tune into the plants and the plant medicines themselves when we learn to credibly practice herbal energetics, which means using the human senses, especially taste and smell, to determine the most likely properties and actions of even those herbs that we're totally unfamiliar with. 5. Medicine making. Many herbs need to be processed, obviously, such as tinctured in alcohol or made into a topical balm, in order for the active ingredients to even be bioavailable, let alone effective. This means we have to either purchase them from product sellers or else learn how to make them ourselves. Often, your homemade medicines can be just as effective or even more effective than what you can buy. And in this way, you can custom tweak blends and compounds to suit an exact purpose you have in mind or the exact needs and constitution of the person you're trying to help. 6th, botany and plant identification. The way to be certain what plants we are working with isn't the label on the bag. It's to key them out ourselves, identifying them through their parts and their shapes. Botany also seeks to explain each herb's physiology, its physical and chemical processes. 7th, wildcrafting and cultivation. As fresh and quality as some purchased herbs can be, it's often freshly harvested or wildcrafted plants that do prove to be the strongest. Gardening and foraging are both very affordable means of procurement, and they can be sustainable when done consciously and carefully. Both lead us into deeper connection to the plants themselves, interacting with them while they are still growing, thriving, and communicating. I suggest becoming intimate with the wild and feral medicinals growing even in your cities and doing at least a little growing indoors, if not a full-out garden. Number 8, lifestyle and nutrition. Physical conditions can seldom be fully addressed using herbs or drugs alone. Even the most effective plants cannot be expected to cure problems, arrest chronic imbalances, or make up for basic deficiencies. Herbs are most helpful in concert with lifestyle changes such as quitting or taking a break from an unhealthy relationship or a stressful job. getting better exercise, and especially improved nutrition. An herbalist who takes the time to evaluate the latest nutritional research, who pays close attention to the effects of different foods on various constitutions, various conditions, can usually be more helpful than someone using a strictly botanical approach. 9. Counseling and psychology. Don't get me wrong, herbalists are in no way in the job of giving counsel, and in fact, you would need to be licensed before offering any legal therapy. And yet, it can be crucial for clients to have the help with adjusting their perceptions and their unhealthy emotional patterns if they are to get well and to stay well. 10th and last, existing historic and traditional forms of herbal practice. Finally, nothing human exists outside of the context of human culture, and that's true for herbalism and healing in general. Cultures and histories help to inform, color, and distinguish, including different ways of knowing and practicing plant medicine. We do well to study diverse traditional practices, different cultural perspectives, and the different herbs and methods used by different peoples in different places all around the globe. Traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, African and Slavic folk healing, the insights of the indigenous peoples of South and North America, to name just a few. We and our contributions to the world exist on a continuum of mentors and discoveries. We're each a part of a reoccurring blossoming of earth-informed healing, a lineage in which we serve as links connecting the herbalism and the herbalists of the distant past to the plant medicine and the plant healers of the future. We can accumulate all this valuable knowledge by reading specialized books on these fields, on these topics, such as those available through our Plant Healer online bookstore, by enrolling in physical or online herb schools, or by attending herbal education gatherings such as those listed in the resource section of the Herb Rally website. Practical herbalist skills can also be learned this way, although the most intuitive, instructive teachers of technique and application are your own personal experiences. Nothing can take the place of actually working with the plants and actually helping a wide range of people in need. Insights can come at any time, yet the longer one has been doing something, the more able we'll become. Just remember that all knowledge is most effective when combined with awakened physical senses, heightened awareness, and practiced observation, with developed discernment and incisive critical thinking, non-linear thinking and intuition, synergy and reflection, passion, application, and action. These are some of the things that can deepen, accelerate, and equip you on your plant healer's path, helping us become the very best we can, the most effective herbalists that we possibly can be.